In the psychic's chair, the veil between worlds thins, as the smoke deep and let the unseen truths of the immersed, guiding us into the unknown. MostHauntedCastle.com. Paranormal investigations with a difference. Visit our website or ring reception for details. 01639 731167.
Well, good evening and welcome to another episode of In the Psychic's Chair, coming to you from the salubrious surroundings of Craig y Nos Castle, the former home of world-renowned opera singer Elaine Taylor. On the show this evening, we have our guest mediums who are all the way from Aberrarn, and we'll be talking to them a little bit later on, Mr. and Mrs. Brigenshaw. And of course, we'll have our usual slot with Jeremy Marsh, our historian, as we churn over some of the issues that we encountered during the channeling for 2 years past. And then we'll be joining our medium in residence, Elaine Taylor, as we have a little look around the castle along with our guest mediums. So that's it on the programme this evening.
Walls Have Ears, 1843 to 1877, Volume 1. Why not tune in to Showboat Television Online, Roku or Amazon Fire and watch Whisperings of Craig y Nos, produced by John Rolls and based on channeling and books by Lazarus Carpenter. A journey into the paranormal, only on Showboat Television. Book available from Artist and Makers Emporium SA9, 1GL, Amazon, and LazarusCarpenterAuthor.com. Volume 2 coming soon.
Welcome to the slot with our resident historian, Jeremy Marsh. Jeremy, what do you want to talk about this week?
Well, I thought of the past few episodes that we've done quite a few now. We've mentioned a lot of the characters. But I thought, in general, I just wanted to generalize about the experiences that you had and that we managed to record.
Yeah.
I think that, of course, I do the history tours here on a regular basis, and the feedback that I'm writing down while you're channeling sort of fills in the gaps that we have.
That's really quite nice.
You know?
It's really quite nice.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the beauty of the trance channeling sessions were that we didn't just get the stories, but we actually got the personalities behind the stories.
That's right.
Which is one of the advantages.
Yes. And how varied those characters and personalities were,
yes.
if you remember.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it's quite interesting that one would go from, say, channeling somebody in 1877 to then channeling a small child from 1928 or something like that.
Yes.
And Molly.
Hello, Molly.
Hello. Dear, you just been speaking to my friend, haven't you?
Yes.
Here we walk around down holding hands, we do. We look after each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
8.
8 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been here long?
What do you mean?
Were you here long when you were ill?
Oh, I think about 2 years. I think.
Yeah.
1939 it was when I came in, something like that. It was my 8th birthday when I came. It was almost on the day.
1939.
Yeah. Yeah, but 2 years later,
Yes.
I was 10 when I died. Yeah. And I didn't have any brothers and sisters, you see, so it was nice to have friends with me. It was nice. But I couldn't.
That's good. None to hear.
None of us could read at all.
So you were very poorly.
Very. And I only saw my mum once as well while I was here in 2 years. I didn't let her in, you see. They said they might bring in, so bring in everything when you're over here.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was an interesting experience because, as you know, whenever I woke up, I didn't feel any
after effects at all, apart from the issue with Conor Morgan, which we talked about the other week, of course. But no, I never had any residual effects afterwards. I think once or twice I might have had a headache. But other than that, I know, and also nothing left over of whatever the experience
Well, you were
was.
totally unaware of what had come through.
Oh, yeah.
As I said, that was my job to take it all down and record it. But that was what amazes me, is that you were just totally unaware of what you just...
Well, the whole thing, it's an interesting thing. I mean, lots of people trance channel, but there are different depths of the trance, if you like. And I think for me, it's very much snore, you know, and I don't know what the hell's going on until I wake up. And the amount of times that we would watch a film afterwards, and you know, I would be absolutely blown away by whatever stories it was that they told us. Particularly the Overbeat Curse, which we've done to death, I think, on the program, to be honest. But
yes. Amazing. Just quite an experience, really, for me to receive and take down all these sort of messages that came through.
I mean, it's true to say, isn't it, to some extent, that we wouldn't be doing In the Psychic's Chair from here if we hadn't had those experiences.
That's right, yes.
Because of the... I mean, it's a very rich tapestry of experiences that we had.
Everywhere throughout the castle, you know, I can see that people such as yourself, you walk around, and there's just so much, what's the word you use?
Let's call it activity.
Activity. There's so much activity everywhere you go. And of course, Elaine, who was with us regularly, she just walks around and is constantly telling us what she can feel and what she can see, which is, it's amazing.
Nice thing is, of course, that we've caught a few things on stills as well, haven't we?
Yes.
As we've gone around.
Yes.
Which has again been interesting.
Absolutely.
What do you think is your go-to memory, you think?
Oh, I think it would have to be when Conor Morgan interrupted us.
Right. It was a bit of an aggressive interruption.
Yes, it was a bit intimidating.
Yeah.
Yes, because your character. Because when you're doing this, you're aware of it, but your character and your voice changes. And when this guy came on, it was.
Yeah, I mean, some of the facial distortions are a bit weird as well, actually. You know, cross between trance channeling and physical mediumship almost. You know, but I mean, for me, it's a great pleasure to be able to do that, because it's the only way that we can really hear their stories, because everything else is an interpretation.
That's right.
And that's something that we never did do. Never interpreted what we were. Which, of course, is what they say about mediumship, isn't it?
Yes.
One should never interpret the message, you should just give it as it is. And with trance channeling, you don't have much choice but to give it as it is.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have another chat again next week and
absolutely
see what other things we can come up with for our audience. Jeremy, it's always a pleasure.
Thank
you. Sir David Attenborough lookalike viewers who you've seen before. And if you haven't seen him with the dinosaurs, it is yet to come.
Welcome to another clip of Sir David Attenborough and aka me, Jeremy Marsh. Well, I wonder what dinosaurs we can see today here in the forest looking for dinner. Here comes a baby Tyrannosaurus Rex. I wonder where its mother is.
MostHauntedCastle.com. Paranormal investigations with a difference. Visit our website or ring reception for details. 01639 731167.
Well, welcome to In the Psychic's Chair Guest Psychic. And today we're very privileged to have with us a man and wife team, which is rather nice.
Thank you.
Angela Brigenshaw. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
And also David, the other half. Is it better half?
Oh, very much so.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So, welcome to In the Psychic's Chair. You've driven quite a way to be here because you're based in Aberrn, aren't you?
We are. Near it, yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're based on the Cardigan coast. We see the sea from our kitchen.
That's not where your journey started, though, is it?
No.
Would you like to tell us how your psychic journey started?
You want to go first?
Yeah. The interesting thing is, I was brought up in East London, with an Anglo-Irish father and an Anglo-Welsh mother. And when I went to church and I was confirmed in the Church of England, I always felt that the minister wasn't telling me the whole story. I thought there was more to it than that. But I didn't think about it then for many years until my then wife started disappearing on a Sunday night, and she said she was going to a spiritualist church. And one day I decided to go along, and I felt I'd come home because the atmosphere was wonderful, the singing was good. I've always enjoyed singing. And I began to link in for the first time with people on the other side of life. And I found it quite a revelation.
Did you, as a child, did you have any experiences at all?
When I was a child, looking back on it, I now know that I used to astral fly quite a lot because I could see things from the view of being up in the sky. And then for many years it didn't happen, but just recently it started happening again, which is actually quite
Like
interesting.
you're revisiting your childhood.
Almost, yeah.
Angela, what about for you?
Well, I'm quite like a late starter actually, but I used to keep going to churches, different churches, as if I was looking for something. And it was in 1994 when my son ended up in hospital with something going wrong with his spine. And I met this lady, and she said to me one day, "Oh, I need to speak to you," away from ears. I went, "Okay." She said to me, "I've got your dad here," and I went, "Okay, right."
What do you do?
As you do, yeah. I really thought she was a bit crackers actually. And anyway, it went on from there, and she said, "We're going to go to a spiritualist church." I'd never heard of a spiritualist church. I didn't even know what it was about. And we went to the local one, which is called Sanctuary of Healing in Chatham. And I walked in, and I just knew I'd come home. I knew I'd found where I belonged.
So for both of you, it's true to say that your search took you home.
Yeah.
Where did you go from there? When did you meet?
Well, the funny part about it was I'd been through a divorce, or was going through a divorce, and Angela and I met because she sat in my circle in the church where we both used to go, at the Sanctuary of Healing in Chatham.
Were you conducting the circle?
I was leading the circle at the time.
Yeah.
Our healing minister had become the deputy mayor of the local borough, and she'd asked me to take over her circle in her absence. So we met, and of course I was still married, and so was Angela. Angela was married. We were both married to different people, so nothing developed. And over the years, it went on that when I was free, she wasn't. When she was free, I wasn't. And then one morning, she rang me after my second wife had passed away, just to express her condolences. And then she asked me if I'd like to come over for a meal. And the rest is history.
Right.
I was on my own.
He was there with his boots blacked.
I was there with my boots black. And we've been together ever since, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, and we've been on an amazing spiritual journey.
Tell us about your journey since you've been together.
Oh, how wow. Right, mine, I had lots of things happening beforehand spiritually. But since we got together, it was then when I met David, I was able to be introduced to the circuit, because people didn't like to take you on unless you've had experience. And we served many churches all around the southeast, didn't we?
We did.
And then I decided to open up what we call a suitcase church, as we always call it. And I did the first one up until things were happening, then I closed that one. Then I reopened up another one completely in a different village. And it's been really, really interesting. Spiritual. I've done lots of things.
So it's almost like have medium will travel. That sort of thing. No, but that's good, isn't it? I mean,
certainly.
that's important.
I mean, we used to serve all round all parts of Kent, Sussex,
South London.
South London, South East London. The far west we got were places like Sevenoaks and Westerham.
Yeah.
As far east as we got was Dover. So all round the Kent and the South East was our beat, as it were.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you're not a stranger to Wales, are you, David?
No. My mother's parents were both Cardiganshire people. My grandfather, my Daki, he became one of the Cardiganshire milkmen who went to London. And my nan and granddad, even though they were both born in Cardiganshire within 12 miles of each other, they never met each other till they both went to London in the 1920s. After the war, they came back to Wales and they kept a village shop for many years, and that's where I spent most of my childhood summer holidays.
That's an idyllic childhood.
It was really, really, really very good.
So I'm visualizing you now, you're together, you're both on the circuit, you're working hard, and then you come to Wales.
We did.
Did you come to Wales to take over the Aberrant Church?
No, we didn't. Unfortunately, David's father had got dementia, and he's in a care home in Aberystwyth, and his brother passed away through sepsis, wasn't it?
Yes.
He had sepsis, and we were taking turns coming down to see his dad.
Okay.
So we decided, because of all the travelling and seeing his dad and everything, we'd moved down. So we moved here into Wales on 2018.
Right. Okay.
And we took over the church in 22, I think, 23.
So you've been here in Wales, living for 8 years?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you leave Wales now?
No.
Not now.
Not now.
$64,000 question. Why not?
Love Wales. I love the energy. The energy is so different to
Ancient, isn't it?
It is. I mean, back in Kent, it's very Thatcher's, and you can just feel it. It's the anger and everything that's going on there. But in Wales, it's so different.
The residual energy in Wales is cleaner, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is.
I wonder if that's anything to do with the Celtic tradition. Perhaps I'd better not go down that avenue.
Well, as I always put it to people, because I am Anglo-Welsh of descent. When people say to me, "What's your nationality?" I always say, "Well, I'm British," because the Welsh, of course, were the true Britons.
Yes.
The Welsh, the Cornish, and the people of Strathclyde. So I always say I trace my ancestry back to the true Britons.
Well, I mean, I've been here now in Wales for over 30 years, and it's my home. It's definitely my home. I think I must be an honorary Welshman. Tell me, you published quite a bit as well, haven't you, Angela?
I published, yes, I have.
Perhaps you'd just like to share with the viewers that, I mean, you have got sight problems, which has led you down the avenue with a guide dog, isn't it?
It did.
And you wrote about this guide dog.
I did. Called Timber Story, Living with a Spooky Lady from His Point of View. So
lovely time.
It was. He was an amazing animal. He was, the most amazing animal I've ever had. And even today, he passed in 2015. But yeah, I wanted to teach people about guide dogs and having a disability, how people react, how they behave, and it's an eye-opener.
You've had visual issues for quite some years, haven't you?
Yeah.
All the way through your development as a medium?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I was diagnosed in 1977.
That's a long time ago.
It is.
So, how can I put this? It seems to me, I'm trying to imagine myself not being able to have full sight.
Yeah.
And how much easier, in some respects, it must be to tune in.
Oh, God, yeah. It's very easy.
You don't have all the clutter
that we get from visual stuff.
Yeah. I can't see the audience. I can only see the person that I'm giving the message to.
Right.
And I cannot see anyone else.
How are you guided to that person? Is there a light that you see or something?
I used to be able to go to the person direct, but as my eyes deteriorated, they have worked with me in a different way. And I said I didn't want any, I've got a gentleman this high, this, and all the rest of it, and spending all the time trying to find, So I decided, said to my guys, that's right, we're going to have to do something unique. So what they said now started to do is they give me something very specific how that person had died.
So the hook straight in there.
Yeah, but it was one particular that I had where the man was cut in half. I went, ouch, that hurt. As you do. But how many people would have someone who died with such tragic? Or they give me someone who died on an operating table. It's got to be specific that only one person can take it.
And that's what happens to you now and has done for quite some years. That's pretty unique. I mean, it also cuts through, if you'll forgive me, all the crap.
Yeah, I know.
Because there's just so much of that around, isn't there?
It is.
I mean, you're quite right. One thing I find annoying is all these descriptions that people give. Oh, he's 5'7" and he's got one leg shorter than the other. Although that's not bad evidence, one leg shorter than the other. But it is much better to have a direct link, because there's the kind of, you have then an immediate response, and people suddenly go, wow. So they know that what you are giving is what you are receiving, and they can take that on board, because nobody else there can relate to it at all.
Exactly. David worked completely different to I do, don't you, darling?
I do. I mean, I'm lucky in that ever since I started treading the boards, as my old dad used to describe it. Treading the boards, he'd say. As I'd go off to church, he would say, break a leg, break a leg, son. But no, I've always known exactly who I'm going to. I couldn't tell you how, I couldn't tell you why, but I just have this knowing.
So you don't see a light or anything like that, you just have an instant.
Yeah, I don't see a light, I don't see a hand coming down out of the clouds going, it's you. I don't see anything like that. I just know I am with that person. Which is actually quite a comfort, because sometimes I come out with things which I'm thinking, well, I don't know what I'm saying here half the time, but the person can take it. So if they can take it, I'm happy.
But isn't that what it's all about? Because I mean, don't we? I mean, we've discovered through the program, you know, that many people are going round the houses, all round the houses, and they never actually arrive at the front door. Meantime, everybody's getting extremely bored and wondering what the hell is going on. So it's refreshing that when one works with mediums who are straight to the point, straight to evidence, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is providing evidence of everlasting life, isn't it?
It is.
And we don't get much of that, really, do we?
No, we don't. I also work with a lot of people who have taken their own life. People, I know there are some mediums that cannot work with people who have taken their own life, because it's very emotional. So I do help with those.
Can I just ask you something? Because this is really quite important to me, anyway. Is that, you know, we have a duty as mediums to speak the truth, which means that we don't embellish what we hear, that we give it as we receive it. And quite often that can be difficult.
Oh God,
because of the fact that what we may receive, we know is going to be a bit of a shock for whoever it is that we're going to. Have you ever found yourself in a position where you've had to change things ever slightly just to get it across, without upsetting anybody, for example?
No, because if you try to change it, you're taking away the essence of what you're giving and the emotions of that person.
Indeed.
I don't change it.
And it severs the connection, doesn't it?
It does.
Because you have a connection, you're given evidence, you present the evidence,
and then it's taken. If there's anything that gets in the way of that, it all gets cut off. And wasting spirit's time as well as yours, as well as the audience too.
Yeah, it does. I mean, one of the things that the audience can't understand is the person who's passed the spirit is still the same person.
Indeed.
They have not changed their character.
Yes.
And if you're going to suddenly put them and say, oh, Joe Bloggs, oh, he's come back and he's saying very humble, that person's not going to accept it. You can't change their character or change their situation to make it all fit.
I mean, you're both in a position too. I mean, you see a lot of mediums work. You facilitate a church, so you see a lot of mediums work. And I mean, are you in a position where, for example, that some of them that come you wish you never booked, for example?
No names, no pack.
No, I'm not expecting you to name drop. It's really a very open question.
But it is an open question, and you know, mediums are a bit like Marmite. Sometimes, some you hate, some you love. But
that's one way of putting it.
But to put it diplomatically, there are some mediums that we have had in the past that we won't be having again.
Right. Okay. That's fairly diplomatic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean, it seems to me that, I mean, this is a recurring theme that we're having on the program, is that, I mean, everybody is talking about those who are not what they crack up to be. What are your feelings about people like that who are actually charging money for services which are not delivered?
That is a difficult question, isn't it?
It is. I mean,
how do we answer that one?
Well, the interesting thing is, the particular church I used to be a member of in Kent, we had a link with the Corinthian church, which was a healing association. We did all our healer training through the Corinthians. And they would quite often have district meetings in our church. And the point that came up, time without number, was, should mediums charge for giving off mediumship? And my answer was quite simple. I said, look, I'm lucky. I have what most people would have would class as a well-paid job. I can afford to do this and just say, give me my petrol and a couple of pints on top, and I'm happy. I said, if somebody is called to serve God in this way, and this is how they earn their living, I'm not going saying that.
No.
Why shouldn't they?
Yeah.
It just, it's a very difficult one, isn't it? But the problem that we are encountering, I think, more and more and more, is that there are people who are charging money, but they're not delivering the goods, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
That's much more the issue.
Yeah.
And we are encountering more and more people.
You can, I mean, it's when mediumship and interacting with people on the other side of life is debased to the form of a parlour trick, to which you can pay an admission charge, and it becomes entertainment. Then I think people have to ask themselves very strongly why they are doing it.
Yeah, I mean, that leads me on to another question here, which is, what are your feelings about huge performances? You know, mediums who are doing massive venues. I mean, I find it hard enough to stand in front of 50 people and be accurate. Never mind 20,000 in a venue.
Yeah.
What are your feelings about that?
I think it's too big. It takes the personal interaction away.
Because we've got Doris Stokes to thank.
You've got all those vast amount of people sitting in, and they're all hoping they want that message. Everybody.
It's not going to happen, is it?
It's not.
No.
And to think all that they're going to be crushed. And,
this is why I'm taking on David's point about the entertainment factor here. Whether or not what we do
can be seen as entertainment, because that's how it's classed, isn't it?
It is.
That's how it's classed, which I find very difficult personally.
Well, since they repealed the Fraudulent Mediums Act, I mean, there was a period where mediums were being encouraged, or churches were being encouraged to announce at the beginning of the service that the evening's proceedings were presented for entertainment purposes only. Now, lots of people fell for this,
They do.
but I never did, because I stood up several times in churches and said, the day the Archbishop of Canterbury stands up in Canterbury Cathedral and says, what I am presenting to you is for entertainment only, then I'll do it, because empirically, he can't prove it either.
No. Yes, I could just imagine Jesus standing in front of Pilate and saying, I'm here to entertain you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about where you are now, what you're doing now, before we have a little walk around and let you see what you might.
What are we doing now?
What are we doing?
Well, since 2022, as Angela said,
running the church.
We have been, I mean, Angela has been president of Aberystwyth Spiritualist Church now for 4 years. I hold the thankless task of honorary treasurer, because it's a job that nobody wants to do. But unfortunately, one hesitates to mention the sordid subject of coin, but a church must pay its costs. And we have gas, water, electric to pay. We have maintenance bills to pay.
But I think it's quite acceptable, isn't it?
Oh, sure.
For churches to charge a nominal fee for entry.
But we are lucky, and I'm sure Angela would bear me up on this. We are lucky in that we have a very loyal following.
We do. And the help of everybody who made the church.
Do you run courses within the church as well?
We do.
What sort of courses are you running?
At the moment, we are doing multi-universe.
Okay.
We're doing a workshop on all about multi-universe. We have a lady from Kent, Elaine, and she comes up and she teaches. I'm doing a workshop on pendulum dowsing and everything. But at the moment, we will be scaling back just for a little while.
And do you have a resident circle as well?
There was 2, but again, until we get the answers what's happening with my eyes because of the deterioration, I have put everything on the back burner for the moment.
But we were running 2 circles in the church, one for beginners,
and one for mediumship,
one for potential mediums.
You
were running a home circle, for
beginners.
You have in the past done workshops for on a multitude of spiritual subjects, reading tarot cards, crystals, using crystals for healing, especially. Angela is a crystal healing master, which is all part of her.
So have you made gem elixirs?
Yes.
Made gem elixirs?
Yes, you have. Gem elixirs, you put the gems in water.
Oh, yes, I have.
And then, then drink the juice.
A bit more complicated than that, but
if you know what I mean.
It's a bit, shove it in a bottle and let it wait.
Something I know a little bit about. I was taught by a guy in Egypt.
Oh, really?
Who introduced me to the Garadis works. Have you come across those?
Not come across those.
They're really, really fascinating, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to have you on in the Psychic's Chair.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Hope you'll join us a little bit later on with our resident medium, Elaine Taylor, as we have a little walk. We thought we might go backstage.
Oh, lovely.
Right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to that.
Thoughts on suffering. All of us say, we do not want to suffer, and yet each and every day, we cause more suffering to ourselves, and support those who perpetuate suffering for others. We say, we do not want to suffer. What do we mean by suffering? It is created, defined and experienced by so many souls on our planet, and controlled and manipulated by so few. A must for every bookshelf. This thought-provoking little book inspired by Padre Pio is written by Lazarus Carpenter and illustrated by Jill Brooks. Available from LazarusCarpenterAuthor.com.
Backstage of Adelina Patti's theatre. When was it actually built, Jeremy?
Well, the original house, Bryn Melyn, was here from 1843
Yeah,
onwards.
the theatre, though.
The theatre itself was opened in 1891.
Right, okay. Because Adelina came here in 1878.
Correct, yes.
So it was a few years before.
13 years before this was opened,
Right.
yes.
And what is interesting to note here, Dave, is the original engineering related to the floor. It still works.
Yes.
As it did.
Yeah.
Which is the magic of the Victorian engineers, because the floor actually raises up. So if you're sat at the back of the room, you can still see the stage. Magnificent bit of engineering, wasn't it, Jeremy?
Yeah. Very basic, typical Victorian engineering. Yes.
And still work.
And
really,
still
really
still
well.
working.
Really, really
And
well.
of course, the backdrops are still here, original. Bearing in mind what I said, it was opened in 1891. Of course, they're deteriorated quite badly, obviously because of their age and so on. But around the top, you can see the gallery all the way around, and up there are the winches, the hand-operated winches and ropes that raise and lower everything. And underneath the floor here, there was trapdoors in the floor, and these mechanisms that could raise and lower equipment up through the floors. And it was the last word in Victorian backstage equipment at that time. Yeah.
Wow. It's the first time I've been in a backstage.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Well, we're not
quite
alone.
amazing.
We're not alone.
No,
You're
we're
looking
not
at
alone.
something.
No, we're not. No, we're not alone. You want to take a picture?
Yes, please.
I'd rather hear what you've got to say before you take the picture.
Okay, well, there's a little person up there, right in the middle. I feel quite emotional as well. When I'm looking at them, I feel a bit teary with them.
I'm very tight in the chest as well. Very tight in the chest. And making a mad guess that we've got one of our children visitors from the hospital here.
I wonder if that was the same one that was behind Angela earlier. It's got a girl before that one. Not a boy.
Maybe this looks like a boy.
Yeah, no.
Was there a hanging? Did
What?
somebody take their own life here?
Jeremy?
Well, it's a story here that goes back some years to when, in the early days, and of the hospital, where a gentleman was reputed to have hung himself in one of the rooms upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could feel it. Had the gentleman with me, and I could see a hanging. I could also see another one, but not here. But I felt as if though the person took it, it's like they fell off or something, and something quite high, as if though he came off the top of the roof. I don't know if there's anything regarding that.
When
that as
it
well.
was being, when
The
Bryn
construction.
Melyn was being built,
The construction, yes.
in the construction, there was a couple of lives lost.
yeah.
Some of them from blasting. Really? Yes. Because all of the stone here really either comes from Penwell Quarry, doesn't it?
Yes.
Or from up on the Cribber.
Yeah.
So it was all built with local stone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because a lot of people look at it and immediately think, "Oh my goodness me, what an amazing castle!" You know, because it wasn't a castle, was it? Way
No,
back, it
no,
was
it's
just a big Gothic mansion.
Yeah.
Adelina had it made it look like a castle, didn't she?
Yes.
With
Yes.
all her money, she could afford to do that.
Well, that's
Yes.
a bit like Lord Penryn's castle in North Wales,
Yeah.
which looks like a medieval fortress, but actually it isn't.
No,
Yeah.
no. I think it's almost like there was a thing, wasn't there, about wanting to live in grand splendour.
Yes.
You know? It was very much a Victorian thing, wasn't it? Still a few of those around mine.
Yeah.
Well, you've only got to look at the sort of Scottish baronial style at places like Balmoral and what have you.
So, I mean, one of the things that we have experienced here quite often, isn't it, is when Jeremy and I did a show with Moira O'Dwyer some time ago, didn't we? And the Baron Cedarstrom, was a frequent visitor during our trance channeling sessions. Actually came in with some force that night, didn't he?
Yes.
He was seen by a number of people walking down the side of the theatre and stepping into me. More of that another time, perhaps. But it is a very, very busy place. Everywhere you go here, there is residual energy of some description, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Lots of emotions, though.
Oh yeah,
A lot of emotions, because my eyes watering, which tells me there's been a lot of
There's been a lot of
emotion.
sadness.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's true to say that probably, the early days of the captain, they were quite sad because his family all came to very horrible ends, weren't they? But that was karma, we think, don't we, really?
Yes.
Very much karma. But Adelina's time here was happy, was full of joy.
Golden years.
Definitely the golden years.
Did she ever marry?
Oh, she was married 3 times.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, her first marriage was the equerry to Napoleon III, wasn't
yes, but Marquis de Caen.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And then she was married to Niccolini, the composer, and she was happy with Niccolini, wasn't she?
Yes, Niccolini was a tenor, wasn't he? Part of her entourage, and he was here until he passed away in 1898. And as we've just mentioned, those were the golden years where many people were here, heads of state, royalty, entertained with Adelina's performances and so on.
It was rumoured the Prince of Wales came, but there's no evidence. But he had a soft spot for Adelina, didn't he? It was well known that he had a soft spot for her, didn't he?
Yes.
She's a very attractive little lady. She was about your size, actually, wasn't she?
She was, yes.
5 foot nothing.
I keep getting Ring the Roses. Was there an older site, anything at an older property?
No, but the children would have sung.
No.
The children would probably have sung. When it was a hospital from 1920 onwards, TB hospital, and it's full of children.
Oh, right. Maybe that's the children playing Ring the Roses.
Yeah, we've had a lot of that, haven't we?
Yeah. A lot of young.
They were strapped in bed. You see, they weren't allowed to get up and move around. They would come here sometimes 2 or 3 years, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Their parents would see them through the window.
Well, my mother actually had TB, and she ended up in a sanatorium twice. And so I think the first time she had it when she was 15. So I can understand.
Well, I think that we would say they were the dark years, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, it was a TB hospital, an isolation hospital, until 1959.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it continued as a hospital later, but that was the, TB period.
You see all the little goldy lights? What are the little red ones? Flashes of gold light, and every now and again there's a little red one. What's that one?
No idea. I can see what you mean, but I have no idea what it is. I think, I can see orbs flying around it there. So, it's probably...
Do you think that little boy will come out on my camera?
Might do. Never know. Never know you look.
I always used to, as a keen photographer, I always used to think that orbs were dust motes on the camera lens until I blew up. You took some pictures at Dolgoch Falls up on the Talyllyn Railway into the waterfall itself, and I blew them up. You could see faces in them, and I was convinced after that.
Well, the very first time I ever saw orbs here, I had the same experience. I'd never, you've seen the video, never seen so many flying around. And what was very interesting was, it was during this ghost hunt that I was telling you about earlier on. And the people who were attempting to make contact with spirit were giggling and laughing around the table with the glass. And I was sat way back. I had nothing to do with it. And what I caught on film was a lot, and I mean a lot of us flying round and round and round the table, but then going off in another direction. They were not wanting to play, shall we say. And that was because of the lack of respect, I think, personally.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they seem to think that spirits are there for our amusement.
Our amusement. No, it's not.
Yes, it's not entertainment, is it? Which is a good way and a good place, I think, to stop for this week. So, David, Angela, thank you for being our guest on
Thank you very much.
on In the Psychic Chair. Mr. Marsh, thank you very much.
You're very
again
welcome
for your historian bit, and Elaine Taylor, of course. Thank you for being our medium in residence. So, from In the Psychic Chair for another week. Thank you for watching.
9 ghost stories to fuel paranormal paranoia for insomniacs. A man unable to say no. A headless horse seeks revenge. An ancient castle lost in time. A medium guided by a haunted pen. The whispering windmill. An abandoned railway station. A girl and a raven. A secret passageway. And the very strange absent ball. Illustrated by Jill Brooks and written by Lazarus Carpenter. Available from Amazon, Lulu, Artist and Makers Emporium.uk and LazarusCarpenterAuthor.com.
MostHauntedCastle.com. Paranormal investigations with a difference. Visit our website or ring reception for details. 01639 731167. In the Psychic's Chair, the veil between worlds thins, as the smoke deep and let the unseen truths of the immersed, guiding us into the unknown.